with fire. So I would like to propose the idea that the Lord is using fire in Scripture to teach us one of the methods, at least one of the ways that the Lord disciplines us, the way the Lord disciplines me. And if you read Scripture like Hebrews chapter 12, it says, do not take the discipline of the Lord lightly. No, not lightly, but take the discipline of the Lord seriously. For if we are without discipline, then we do not belong to Him. You got that? I don't know if I can grasp that completely. In other words, if I don't yield to the Lord's spanking or teaching, that's also discipline, right? Discipline is not just an ouchie. Discipline can be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time of fellowship with the Lord. Man, I've got a guy on my tail that absolutely does not like the speed limit, and I'm even several miles an hour over the speed limit, but he likes, evidently, the back end of my little Honda Element. Okay, so I got to turn you around here so you can see where I'm driving. I'm on the lake. I'm going around Lake James, one of the basins of Lake James, and all the trees and the marshes and some of the piers that are still out, and the beautiful houses. Oh my gosh. Lake James is just a place for people who have money to live. I live near it, but I'm not a person that has money. I've got many other riches. Many, many, many other riches. This is such a pretty little lane. It's only 30 miles an hour through here, but it is still a shortcut to the lake house. Those of you who are personally acquainted with Martha and me know that we lived at the lake house for about 5 years, where I had the privilege of taking care of my dad in his waning years. Just before my dad passed away, my brother Jack moved into the lake house and took over the care of my dad, and in doing so he stepped way out of his comfort zone. He really walked by faith. He really walked in love, taking care of my dad. Thank you for that, Brother Jack, because at that time my wife Martha became deathly ill, and we are still walking through that struggle, even though she has bounced back from a year and a half of being totally bedridden and pretty much helpless, except she has me, whatever help that is. And 2-3 years later, while she was down to 90 pounds, yikes. Anyway, here we are 3 years later, going on moderate trails together, walking. But then here's part of our burden right now. In September of this year, September 2023, they, because she was doing so much better, altered her insurance, and in so doing, her treatments that were helping her recover, it appears, the treatments are definitely helping. And the treatments were about a 5-hour infusion of proteins every 3 weeks. Well, the treatments dropped off as well. They became absolutely unapproachable financially. We couldn't even put a penny toward that immense expense. It's unbelievable. If I told you what it was, it would shock you, but that's probably better left for another time, another discussion. So here we are. This is Lake Jimerson now. That is on my left. And it's a really pretty lake. It's attached to Lake James by that bridge we just went across back there. And there's all kinds of construction even on Lake Jimerson. Again, here's a brand new house right there. I'm going past it pretty quickly. That just went up in the last 6 weeks. And there's apartments being built around here and that type of thing. And I'm going way too fast. Got to slow down. I've never gotten a ticket on this road, but they patrol it. I've been pulled over and given a warning. Thank you very much. As my brother Dave says, you know, if you drove slower, you wouldn't have a cop pulling you over.